Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Amaya Desire, and of course the one and only Jazz is here.
Hey, hey, the grand finale, grand finale.
This is it, y'all. This is it. Happy belated Valentine's Day to all the lovers out there. Okay, you're a lover even if you're single. I'm single and we lovers, all right?
There
So
we
we gonna
go.
do that. Now, of course, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The season finale of Queens is here. And let me ask real quick, Jazz, did anything in this episode surprise you? Was there anything that stood out that was your favorite moments that happened?
The surprising part was the potential proposal in the beginning. I did not think that he was going to propose off
Mm-hmm.
break. I mean, I know he kept on talking about making this family, trying to build this family, but I didn't think it was like an automatic proposal. I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
you're still getting to know each other. You're in this new relationship. It builds time. I feel like there's still a lot of getting to know you prior to getting married. So that kind of was like a bat just swung and popped me in the head.
Well, remember last episode when we reviewed it, I was like, I ain't seen him do no action. That man ain't brought no
Yeah.
flowers, you know what I'm saying? And then Eric was like, blah, blah. And I was just like,
What?
all right, I'm gonna let you slide. I'm gonna let you slide. So I think that, in situations like these where people feel like it's a missed opportunity, right? So I feel like when it's a love situation where you met the person in 1998, you knew that
Mhm.
you loved that person, you knew you were in love with that person. 20 years go by, you get another opportunity to do it again, and you're like, man, shit, I'm gonna make the best of it. And I feel like that's what he did. I feel like, in that situation, it's okay. You can kind of jump in. You feel like your love will carry the rest, and I feel like they're
Yeah.
still getting to know one another.
Yeah.
So it's not, it's not such a, it wasn't surprising for me, but I was just like, JoJo, why you calling? And you know that he about to propose tonight. Like, what you doing? You messing
I
it
know
up?
that blew me. That blew me right there. I was like, come on, cock blocking. Big time.
Listen. So let's jump into it. We can start on that topic. So of course, Naomi and Eric. Eric decides that he's going to ask for Naomi's hand in marriage, and he goes to JoJo, and I think that's very sweet.
Mhm.
Of course, JoJo makes jokes about, I hope you know what you're getting into, and you
Mhm.
know what you're signing up for.
Right.
And in the midst of that, plans a nice date. They go out on this date, and then JoJo calls, and she's hysterically crying. Which you know what, I dislike this in TV shows and in movies. If y'all finna put a phone call in a scene, can you please let us hear the other side of the phone call? You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
just weird sometimes. Because you be like, she ain't even talking to nobody, bro. She just picked the phone up and it ain't nothing
And
for
then
the
you
other
and then you automatically get placed in the house.
thing.
No, it takes time. You got to drive, and then you're contemplating what's going on.
Right,
Like,
exactly. So of course she gets the call that Cam, dusty ass, decided to petition for paternity. How did you feel about that?
I felt like I think who said that, but Valeria was like, shout out to all the baby daddies who actually want to be a baby dad.
Right? I
I
think he
was
wanted a
like,
payday.
really? I mean, out of all the months that went by or the years that went by, now all of a sudden, like the timing was just such a coincidence.
Right. That's what I said. I think he was after the money. Nasty Girl Records is doing good now. They're getting ready to release their own albums and whatnot. The best way to get in somebody's pockets is to be like, hey, I'm your daddy. Well, that's not
Mhm.
really how that goes, but we're just gonna go with that on this
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
And I thought it was interesting. Of course, JoJo was a little heartbroken and taken aback, caught off guard about it.
Mhm.
And it was a very interesting dynamic that was going on in this episode. You have JoJo and Lil Muffin talking, which I actually realized we've never really seen the
Mhm.
entire season, and they are very much on the same age level.
Hey,
So it's like,
yeah,
why haven't we seen that dynamic before? But I like, I'm gonna call her Lauren because she has elevated to a whole
yeah,
nother
she
person. Um, and she's thinking to herself, she says to JoJo, like, hey, you don't have to take the paternity test if you don't want to, because you are technically an adult. And
did.
so if you don't want to know, you don't
Yeah.
have to know. But if you do want to know, then it's up to you. And so I think that this new Lauren, this, lawyer, legal, understanding Lauren, is so cool to see. I like the dynamic of their relationship, and I hope that we get to see a friendship blossoming with them sooner. What do you think about that particular scene?
With them two together, I actually like that though. I like how Lauren is developing into this Lauren. I mean, lawyer, Lauren the lawyer. Let's go. But I love how she's just transitioning into everything, and then like we're going back to Eric and Naomi with the proposal when he actually like proposed to her when they kind of like cut the break. What was your first thoughts? I thought she was probably gonna be like, nah, like a little hesitant.
I thought so too, but I feel like they did that for. They did it for what's that? Like for suspense
Oh,
purposes.
okay.
But
Okay.
and Brandy's face was not very convincing because I
No,
definitely thought she was gonna say no too. Like,
me
what are you
too.
doing? Like, what are you
Yeah,
doing? And I was like, girl, if you just don't say yes, like we know you want this, like let's just,
yeah.
So I thought it was interesting. But I didn't mind it. I think that particular scene, going back to JoJo and Lauren real quick, the jump around was very interesting. So JoJo was with Lauren,
Hmm.
Naomi was with Jill, and then Eric was with Valeria. So they were each confiding in whoever they considered to be their closest, I guess at the time their closest friend and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. Um, did you see the Thomas and Valeria divorce coming?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad we're talking about that. Y'all that are watching this, that was kind of wild. I was a little disappointed. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that Thomas was a candidate. I did not know that not having a baby was going to be an end all be all. I felt like they should have built a little bit more time to see where things may have changed for both parties. Just because you're not ready for a baby and he's ready for a baby right now, I mean, they're just getting to know each other. It
Yeah.
takes a year or two. Sometimes whoopsies, babies come to play.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
like it's just you go with the flow. But it was kind of like, oh, well, he doesn't want a baby, and or he wants a baby. I don't want a baby. I'm just glad we already put everything on the table, and this is not for me. So he's packing the rest of his stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I was definitely disappointed, but however, I kind of figured this in the last episode. It was just the way that she kept looking at her poster and then reading up on what the potential side effects could be of IVF. Listen, you never do yourself any favors when you go down the internet rabbit hole of looking up things that
Mhm.
you're getting ready to do. It just
Yeah,
doesn't work. And
yeah.
so, I was not thrilled to hear that because, like you said again, like you guys just met, just got married, and if I'm not mistaken, she's 38. Was that the age drop that she had?
Yeah, or yeah.
So you could have just frozen your eggs while on the
Mhm,
road,
mhm.
and if you had viable eggs, you could have said, "Hey, we're gonna keep these weights, and then we'll get pregnant after my tour is done." And so I
Yeah,
kind of feel like, okay, fine, whatever.
yeah.
I wasn't feeling it.
I
Not.
wasn't feeling it, and I was really sad because it's like that relationship kind of sparked the episodes for
Yeah,
her. It
yeah,
kind of like deaded her role a little bit in this episode. I'm not even gonna lie.
yeah,
It's kind of
yeah.
like we were looking forward to maybe the progression of
Mm-hmm.
her relationship with this guy she just met and married. It was
Right.
like, whoa, it gave
Yeah.
bodies hope. The single
Yeah.
ladies hope that maybe something could progress.
Listen, all I'm saying is it was a very interesting turn of events, and I was
Yeah,
not thrilled with it whatsoever.
yeah.
Moving into Lil Muffin, aka Lauren, who's now on a journey to, promoting her new album. She's doing a college tour. 20 white kids, as she calls it, pops in, and they're raising their fists, and then she gets, of course, the stragglers who come out who are asking her or telling her about, Ronnie, a case that of a guy who's basically on death row
Mhm.
and set to be executed. She decides that she's just not going to talk about it. She's going to be about it. And she says that she's going to use her voice and help. What did we think about this scene? Like how, and of course we see Jill here supporting her the entire time, but what do we feel like in this scene? What were your thoughts? What was going through your head?
I felt like as far as Lauren taking that role, it was definitely new to her. She kind of felt uncomfortable, like maybe she was forced to be the leader of this assignment that she wasn't prepared for,
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I get it. This is stuff that does happen, every day. So it was just kind of like a curveball to the episode a little bit,
Yeah.
like no death penalty. I mean, I get it. I'm not, everyone got their own pros and cons, their own views to it. I just felt like it was just kind of oddly, awkwardly placed in the scene, like that scenario.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I felt like, what are the odds that she goes to the school, she's talking about social justice and whatnot, or social injustice, and then these kids come up to her and they're asking her to basically put her voice out there to help get this guy off. And I'm thinking, I get it, but it's just kind of cliche, just a smidge cliche. And I also was not a fan of white students asking her if she's about it, because I feel like it's kind of like a slap in the face almost. Like, just because she's talking about it doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that she's not about it if she doesn't want to do this either. It just means that this is not particularly her wheelhouse. And I feel like that was a little bit of shade thrown, and I'm not a fan.
I wasn't a fan of it either. I mean, some people may have liked it. Again, everybody has their own opinion to that particular topic. I just felt like we were kind of like thrown this curveball to make us feel some type of way, like the viewers. Like, we had to like pick a side. I didn't want to feel like I'm watching Law and Order. You know what I mean?
Not Law and Order.
Yeah,
but I mean, yeah, I get it.
I feel that's like the character's role. Like, she's progressing to become a lawyer, so I see why they even put that, those pieces
together. Right.
Yeah. I mean, it made sense. I mean, I just didn't care for it.
Yeah, I agree. Of course, now we move into the mid part of the episode, and Eric gets the call about the hip hop Hall of Fame. And of course they asked Brianna to come back, and she says she's in, and then all of a sudden she's not. Which I wasn't going to. I was prepared for that though. I mean, I thought that she would. I'm like, okay, this is cool. She'll make a semi-quick appearance. Not the case.
No.
So okay, cool. They decided they want to put Muffin in her place, which I thought that was very good. Deciding that to do family is a good thing. I think Muffin well deserved, considering like what they said, that she was the one that gave them her stage when she couldn't perform, or when she was having her issues. So how do you feel about Muffin taking?
I thought that was okay, because I feel like, when times get tough, they always pull a little Muffin. I think there was episodes she was kind of like, oh yeah, we need you. You always okay.
Yeah.
But as far as like the performance overall, I mean, her in the jumpsuit,
we will get there. Let's talk about her visit to the jail to go see Ronnie. And it's I think his even as quick as he was there, because we've never seen his character before, obviously he's new, but I think like what he was saying was just super powerful, from an aspect of never been in jail, watching somebody who spent their whole entire life in there having hope, and then the hope being snatched away, and him saying like, if he gets the last couple of days of his life to be good and meet people like you, then it's cool. I actually liked the banter a little bit. I thought it was very cute how they kind of flirted a little bit with each other, of course. And so that was something that I liked. What did you think about that scene?
I did like that, because it was just very transparent. It was like real, because it makes the viewers think like, how does someone who is in those shoes feel? Like, he was just like, yo, I'm just excited to see you. Like, I don't care, death penalty or not. Like, let's talk about anime. I was like, oh my goodness, like like, they're all human beings, no matter what, like jailbird or not, we're all human beings, and we don't have real feelings. So that was such a real captivating moment for sure.
Right. I agree. And then of course Muffin decided that she's going to use her platform, to petition. She gets the hashtag going, it's trending. The mayor, or the governor rather, the governor calls her in to have an interview, and then blows her off. Now, you know what? probably accurate as hell.
Mhm.
Probably absolutely accurate. Got you sitting there all day for about
Mhm.
8 hours. Your assistant
Mhm.
comes down and says, I'm pretty sure he weighed the pros and cons or the consequences of not
Mhm.
of blowing you off. And the
Yeah.
idea, the disrespect, I wanted to come through the screen and like slap somebody, but
No, I feel, yeah, I did not like that. I did not. It's just like he belittled the whole argument, you know,
mhm.
like it was already exploited. You know, you got this girl driving or flying to Nevada because I don't know where they at.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, she did have to fly out.
It was like time for me. I felt like, dang man, I wasted my time.
Yeah.
You know, so I felt her feelings when she was like talking to Jill on the bed, talking about like I give up. It's like, you know, me not caring for people is a lot easier because I mean, I get it. When you put all your effort, you put up the biggest fight that you could ever put, and then for you to just get closed out like that, man,
Yeah.
the worst feeling in
Yeah.
the world, especially when it pertains to somebody's life.
I agree. I think that it's
No.
just a very interesting situation for them to
Mhm.
even be doing that. The way that they did it was just completely disrespectful, and I
Mhm.
hated everything about it.
Yeah.
But of course, she uh, decides to do that, and she decided well, she didn't decide to keep going because I was going to say, but she gets into this bickerment with Jill, and
Mhm.
they leave, and then they decide to give her Brianna's, place, and she uses the platform uh, to then put on the the orange jumpsuit and comes out. Now here's the thing: I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm thinking, okay, orange jumpsuit to introduce.
Yeah.
Speaking of introducing, Zadie, of course, introduces the ladies, and then
Mhm.
they have like Trina, which I thought was cool. Of
Yeah.
course, we get the Brianna that comes out and says she's sorry she couldn't be there. She
Yeah.
just, she's really happy for them and that she can't wait to see them soon.
Right.
Um, in the midst of that, JoJo also gets her results and she goes off to the side and she eventually comes back while Naomi is on stage eyeballing her. Okay, I'm jumping around all over because there's so much that happened in the
It
show.
was right. It was
But
crazy.
but we see that happening, and I'm like, how you paying attention to what's going on over here? And you're supposed to be on stage before a bit. Like, just you'll know when you get off the stage. So, of
Yeah.
course, the jumpsuit, like I said. So I'm thinking, like you said, like the jumpsuit ain't it, but it's a jumpsuit. So I assume she is going to come up out of that in something silver for the performance. That's not what happens. What's going through your head when the nasty bitches song come on and she's still in the orange jumpsuit?
I was waiting. I'm like, all right, we pulling the left shirt, left, right, or center? What we pulling?
A breakaway. No breakaway happened whatsoever.
No.
Literally.
Oh my goodness. It's supposed to be like the Grammys for them. The Hall of Fame equals Grammys, but I mean, I get it. I guess like she just wanted to make her cause
Yeah.
it on stage so she can promote the situation and hopefully save this man's life.
Yeah.
I get it. You know, I
I
gotta think
agree.
outside the box. But for me, I was like ready to pull too. And it may put it the Ronnie like on the side somewhere that says like help save like as they're performing somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Separated a little bit.
They ain't doing that episode, but we we hope for the best. And we got an orange jumpsuit. Listen, the wardrobe for the performance this episode was trash. Okay, this is the first time that I feel like I've actually liked Naomi's costume. Okay, I hated Jill's costume because how can you dance in a sequin short mini dress? And Valeria, we know you got a job done. Okay, we know you got your ass did, but why do you need to be in a bodysuit? Like I'm just.
Oh, she's like, look, Latinas, we like the body. It's like she give me Selena vibes because they got the
Listen.
bustier. I mean, it was cute.
It was cute, but it wasn't that cute. It ain't matched. Okay, it didn't sync up for me, and I need things to sync up. I need completion of a whole identity. Okay, it wasn't working. So, of course, they finish. They come off stage. Eric proposes. We get that dumb face he was talking about from Naomi, where we're trying to figure out if she's gonna say yes or not. But they fast forward to 4 months after, and she does say yes. She's getting married. She's in a beautiful dress. All the girls are there. Of course, it's up Brianna, and they're sitting around talking about where they were 20 years ago to where they
Mhm.
are now, and the, you know, the progress that they've made, the success that they have. And of course, Lil Muffin, aka Lauren the lawyer, has gotten into USC, and she's gonna be a lawyer. She's gonna be semi-normal in
Yeah.
college. So like we said, we've seen her progression. We love it.
Yeah.
And then Brianna sends the picture of just the nasty girls together, and then the ending scene, we get them coming up. First of all, I ain't never been to a concert where they introduce groups, the members of a group like that. Like everybody get their own spotlight. We ain't got time for that. Just introduce the whole group at once.
I think it's
Okay.
an old school thing.
Listen, I was tired. I fell asleep just waiting for the concert to start. I wouldn't have been no good, you know, if I was older back then. But anyway, so what, I mean, overall, I wasn't a fan. I felt like if they were going to do that, then they should have had Brianna there. I feel like I didn't like that fake, like open ended.
Throughout this season, since we, you know, it's the finale. This is our, like, you know, recap. Like, I felt like when Brianna left from the beginning, it was always that question if she's coming back. And I felt like you already felt those vibes that it was going to happen. You know, like her not physically being there. So, of course, it's a season finale. We thought that she was going to be present.
Right.
I mean, we understand that Eve really just had her baby. But, you know, they could have put her in a little waist trainer, you know, edit her a little bit, and she could have been on the sideline like this.
Snatch her up real quick.
Or, you know, Photoshop a photo.
Snatch her up real quick. Listen,
Or
I definitely thought they could have had so many different things happen in this last episode for Brianna, but we get it. You know, congratulations, Eve and Maximilian, for your baby boy, whose name is way too long to remember. But the entire season of Queens, on a scale of 1 to 100, I'm gonna give it about I'll give it like a 78.
I was gonna say 70.
I'm gonna give it a 7. Yeah, solid 78. I feel like they had some amazing parts. The character development was really good. I feel like there's some areas they could have done better in where it was too cliche, and I'm just not a fan of cliche stuff. I think that writers always should take risk, and as a writer, you just, you know, you got the creative ball in your hand. But as far as the cast, I feel like they did a pretty good job. It was really good to see JoJo and Lil Muffin's characters evolve. You know, Jill Thrill, we liked her the last 2 episodes. Well, no, we just liked her this episode because the last episodes we have not been liking her. She's been on some shit. Valeria, we hated you when we first started. We like you now. Congratulations on leveling up. Okay, she got the mushroom like Super Mario. She just leveled it up. Naomi is less annoying. So there's that. And of course, Eric is what you call him last? Oh, doofy. He's less doofy this episode. So, but you, of course, you know, leave us your comments, leave us your thoughts. Do you want to see Queens back for a season 2? How do you feel about the characters and all of their growth throughout the season? Were you rooting for Naomi and Eric to get married? Are you happy that Eric is JoJo's pappy? And were you surprised that Valeria getting a divorce? So let us know your thoughts. We are wrapping this season up. We appreciate your views, your comments, and you will be seeing us soon on something else. To stay tuned and check in with the Big Gold Belt Media channel. And until next time, peace, everybody.
Bye.